Thanks to the support as a channel member, John Howell. Oh, here we go then, folks. If we don't end up in the championship by the end of the episode, I've balls this up massively. Hello and welcome to part 114 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we win the league, hopefully. There's 5 matches left. As you can see, with 5 matches to go, we are 11 points clear at the top of the league, 16 points clear of third place, although third place Ipswich do have a game in hand. And I think if my Kev maths is right, we can potentially win promotion today away against Bristol Rovers and then hopefully win the title in our match or two's time, and everyone's going to be delighted and happy and have a lovely old time. Since you were last with me, we have continued in good form. In fact, that defeat against Tranmere, I think, was before the last episode. So we're undefeated since the last episode. There's been a few little wobbles here and there. I mean, it's not like we're steamroller in the league. I mean, it's been a long time since we last won a game by more than 2 goals, but we're just a little bit better than most of the teams we come up against. We got through the January transfer window relatively unscathed. We did sell one of our youngsters that we brought in last summer, Fenton Fenlon, now our biggest sale in the history of the club. We brought him in on a free transfer. He never played a match for us, sold him for £85,000 plus we have a sell on. So that helped and actually allowed me to go out and offer a new contract to Dan Berry. Dan Berry, we were this close to losing on deadline day. When the Fenton transfer went through, we immediately offered Dan Berry a new contract. The next continue, Portsmouth met his previous release clause at $275,000. They did offer to loan him back, so he accepted the loan back, and then we waited, and just before the deadline closed, he turned down Portsmouth. He signed a new deal with us, a big pay rise, but a new deal with us, a new release clause at £1 million. It does have a non-promotion release clause a little bit lower as well, but either way, we're making some money on Dan Berry, but he chose to stay with us, which was absolutely delightful. We are a little bit over our wage budget, as you can see, and committed to go even further because we're trying to bring in the youngsters, because we're having such fun with the youngsters that we've been able to bring in lately. What's that release clause? Is that, oh, it's an outgoing one. Yeah, I'm not going to give Arsenal £30,000. That seems like a bad idea. But fingers crossed, very soon we're about to have a championship budget and we won't have to worry about it anyway. Goodness me, do we need to get promoted this season? So this is the team for the game against Bristol Rovers, potentially the promotion game. It's Slocum in goal, a back four of Berry, Scholes, Rose and Squire, Whitmore and Nkatha in midfield, Fenty on the left, Swaby and Bunce, then also behind Marnie up front. This is Marnie's first start in forever, but we picked up a knock to, what's his face, the fellow who normally plays in attacking midfield, who I can't even find him to show you how injured he is. Why can't I find him? Where is... Oh, he's up because he's on the bench. That's why. Shehu down on the bench. Not fit enough to start, but he can sit on the bench. That's fine. That'll be all right. We've got a couple of other injuries knocking about the place as well. Edwards and Septus probably out for the rest of the season. It's not ideal, but we've got enough players on the pitch to drag us over the finish line, hopefully. We did also... On the topic of extending contracts, Bunce has signed a new contract as well. These are just 1-year extensions because it's all we could afford. But Rose also signed an extension. I think Shehu was the other one. Yeah, Shehu got an extension as well. So we have been throwing a few contract extensions around to key players as well. So things are going well, unless they stop going well, because we very much financially have set the club up with the expectation that we're going to be in the championship next year. That committed spending of like £38,000 a week, so far over our current wage budget. We really need the extra money that you get in the championship, and we could really do with a bigger ground that we could actually fill as well. If we could move back to Wembley, that would be even better. But we shall see, I guess. I figure the further up the league structure we go, the closer we are to one day getting our own ground again. The fact that we now have our own training facilities again, it's not clear from the game whether the training facilities are over at Wembley or down near the Dulwich Hamlet ground that we play our home matches at. If we're starting to put something together, I'd like to think that the youth setup is based at Vale Farm, where we used to play many years ago. That would be nice. Bristol Rovers have scored here, which is less nice. I mean, you can see we're still well clear at the top of the league. I think we do need the win today to confirm promotion. This could end up being a long episode, or we might lose both matches, in which case I'll just do another episode I'm not going to do a 4 or 5 match episode. That's mad. Oh my word, what is going on? The run of form we've been in. This is Bottley. This is Bottle Job O'Clock. I've never noticed the Kellogg sponsorship around the ground before. This is because I did a team meeting. We had the team meeting where we talked about potentially winning the league. Everyone seemed quite happy coming out of it, but we are shell-shocked with how the game has started. Bristol Rovers have had 2 shots and scored them both. We're going attacking. I've berated the team. We need to sort ourselves out. And hopefully that sorting out starts here. Marnie trying the shenanigans corner. It's not really a short corner. It's a weird hybrid corner that really doesn't look like it's worked, does it? Although everyone's stayed forward, so maybe it's going to work. The ball hasn't even entered the penalty area yet. Berry slides it across to Marnie, who took the corner. I mean, it is quite well worked in the end. And it's won us another corner. This time, just stick it into the danger area. We've got a big guy unmarked at the far post here. Stick it on his head. We've got near post. It gets cleared to Fenty, who should hopefully just stick it back in the area again. He's tried to go round his man. Gets to the end of the pitch. The technical term for it, the end of the pitch, and then does play the cross, but it gets cleared relatively comfortably. And Bristol Rovers continuing to benefit from their explosive start to the football match. We're actually ahead on XG. We've been the better team and we're 2-0 down. There's always twists and turns in these promotion races, isn't there? And this definitely seems like it's going to be one of those today. We're demanding more. A goal back before half-time would be handy. Bunce throws it to Scholes. It's back with Bunce again. And now Scholes. Scholes is not really the guy we want to have the ball there. Neither is Rose. That being said, Rose has the shot from range and it ends up touching the top of the netting and going over. We've certainly had some chances, but not managed to provide a finish for any of them. We're missing Shehu. He doesn't miss a lot of football matches, but he's missing today. And we don't like it. I think what I'm actually going to do, rather than playing Swaby behind Marnie, we're just going to stick him up front with him. And we'll just offer some kind of change and see if that's enough to spark the match engine into letting us win the football match, or at least get back into the match. Charlton, I haven't even looked at what everyone else is doing. It's Charlton, Ipswich, Wimbledon. There's a few teams we need to be keeping an eye on. Wimbledon are now losing against Peterborough. That's significant. Ipswich not playing right now. Charlton drawing. Charlton losing at home to Plymouth. I mean, there's 2 ways of looking at this. One, we could be winning the league right now if we sorted ourselves out. The more positive spin to put on it is we might be about to lose a football match and it not really matter because everyone else is losing as well, which I guess that's how we'll frame it to the boys. Right, we are going to need to make some changes here. I mean, Slivov hasn't played a football match for goodness knows how long. This is how desperate we're getting. The fact that he's now back on the bench and in consideration to come on. I think we are going to... No, we're not. We're going to bring Shehu on for Marnie and we're going to go back to our more usual system, which is those two playing that way round. We have got Duffy on the bench. I think we're going to take off Bunce, bring on Duffy, stick Fenty over onto the other side. And, I mean, we're just trying to change some personnel just to see if different players can maybe have a little bit more luck than what we've had today. It's just not been our day, has it? We've been so far and away the better team, but you could argue that's because Bristol Rovers grabbed their 2 goals early and didn't need to bother anymore. Job done. 10 minutes in. We're going to take off Swaby. Slivov's going to come on. And I guess we'll bring on Reagan on that side. I mean, we're clutching at straws a little bit now. The fact that Regan's having to come on when he's not fully fit shows how slim the squad is getting. Charlton now 3-1 down. Wimbledon 3-0 down. I mean, if we were going to lose a game 2-0, I guess losing it today when everyone else is... Oh, look at Charlton. A 93rd and a 96th minute goal for them to grab a point. So they do gain a point on us. We haven't got promoted there, I don't think, maths-wise. No. Well, let's see if we can beat Lincoln and get promoted then. That would be nice. So Lincoln at home then. Shehu's still not fully fit, but I think we need to throw him back in. So thrown back in he is. Swaby goes back up front and Marnie drops down to the bench. We have now offered a contract extension to Nkatha as well, which I think once he signs that should be all of the players that we're actually using in the current squad staying here for at least one more season, regardless of what happens promotion-wise. So that's a positive, not necessarily a financial positive, but from a team building perspective, very much positive when it comes to the squad for next year. We've also got several of the young Premier League players will be joining us in the summer as well. We'll meet them in the transfer special. We don't need to be looking at them now, but there's some very exciting young men going to be joining us at the club, which is jolly nice to see. But I don't care about any of that. All I really care about is winning this football match. So let's do that, shall we? The aliens are in. They can sense a potential promotion. And Dan Berry, out at left back, flies past his man. Cross comes in, looking for Swaby. It's headed up in the air and ends up being cleared, but only as far as Scholes, who's charged forward to try and keep this attack going. Plays it into Fenty. Lovely turn from Fenty. Lovely goal all round. Great work from Scholes. Just real positive play, charging out of defence. Notice the ball was going to be 3. Charged forward. Took 20 yards of distance. I mean, look at this. This is brilliant from Scholes. Charges on with the ball and then just plays a lovely ball for Fenty, who turns his defender brilliantly. And then that finish is proper quality, top corner stuff. And that puts us 1-0 up and should put us, I mean, that would be enough. 15 points clear of Ipswich, with 4 games to go. That would be enough for us to win promotion. And I think as everything stands, it's enough for us to win the league as well, because it would be 10 points clear of Charlton with 3 games to go for them. So I think if everything across all matches ends now, that's us promoted as champions, I think. Obviously, things can change, and there has been the odd occasion at certain points of history where I've even got my numbers wrong, can you believe? We've won a penalty there. A penalty right now is huge to put us 2-0 up. Come on, lads, just don't mess up from here. Who's taking it? I don't even know who that is. That's Shehu. He's very tall, isn't he? Shehu, much taller than I thought he was, and his penalty is saved. Just to add another layer of tension that I absolutely don't need. It's going to be Fenty to take the corner. And this is directly following on from that penalty save. And the header from Rose, I think it was, is tipped over the crossbar by the Lincoln goalkeeper. And we've got another corner. We are banging on the door here. Fenty taking the corner from the other side. The netting behind the goal's going bananas. But this time the goalkeeper, after 2 excellent saves, does come out and collect the cross as well. Quite the performance from him, justifiably on a 7.6. Lincoln, no attacking ambition at all. They've not had a shot in this first half. Their goalkeeper absolutely keeping them in the match. It should be 2 or 3-0. And that's even shown by our XG. We're underscoring the XG as well. But importantly, we are ahead in the game, so it doesn't really matter. If we win the match, especially if the other results go our way, we just won't care. So as it stands at the moment, Charlton would be 12 points behind us. Does that mean they're losing? Charlton are drawing against Stoke. Ipswich would be 13 points behind us. I think they have 4 matches to play. So again, that would be enough. This is it. This is potential promotion here. We obviously can't let Lincoln back into the game though. We lump the ball clear looking for Swaby. Gets absolutely nowhere near him, so it's going to come straight back at us. And we are facing a little bit of sustained Lincoln pressure here for the first time in the match. That's lovely work from Bunce. That's why we were so keen to extend his contract. We've got some very good players in this squad these days. Swaby out to Bunce, all the way back to Rose. And now Bunce plays it through to Squire, who's charged forward from right back. I mean, there was 3 red shirts just inside of him. It's just square it there. He's gone for glory. He just needed to lay it across the pitch for one of the other boys to knock it in. He didn't. But now Rose is the guy stepping out of defence. Our defenders are great at doing that. And Cather plays it forward to Fenty, who's looking to turn that fullback inside out. And he's already done him once for the goal. Plays it into Ancather, who's got loads of space because Fenty took 2 men out there with him. Whitmore now with the beautiful pass into Bunce, and his attempt hits the post. We are so close. I need this second goal. I need to calm down a little bit. I know how close we are to the championship right now. I mean, we're basically there. Just please don't mess up. That's all I ask. Just keep it together for one more match. Then you can all go on holiday. We'll play the youth team. We haven't had a youth intake yet. We'll play the youth team for the last 3 matches. We'll bring them in early. You can all go on holiday now if you just hold on here and we end up doing a trophy lift at the end of this match. It would be a wonderful thing. but it's with Lincoln and they're knocking the ball around quite comfortably for a team who are in a relegation battle. Somebody needs to just take the ball off of them and get up the other end and do a goal. Maybe Shehu's the man to do it. We need to monitor his fitness because, of course, he came into the match not fully fit. He looks fit enough here, though, and that's a lovely cross. So much pace on that cross. Swaby couldn't quite connect with it. Bunce puts it back in. Swaby this time does get there. And that's number 18 for the season for Swaby. He's never got anywhere near that number of goals before. At 30 years old, he's having the season of his life. Ironically as well, Swaby spent his entire career sat on the bench at Charlton. They released him in the summer. They decided they didn't want him. He's come in to the club that has turned out to be Charlton's biggest rivals for the title. He's our top scorer, and he might have just scored the goal that rubber stamps it all. That kind of thing I find delicious. Marnie's going to come on. Swaby will drop in behind him. And then we just need to keep fresh legs in the areas that need fresh legs. We're running out of players who can play left back. Hill can go in there. Scholes can go out to left back. We've taken off the two boys who are most shattered. Charlton. Where are Charlton? Can't even see them. Why have they disappeared? Who are they playing? Why are they not there anymore? I think it's still all going fine. The league table still looks like it's all going to plan. Right, we're going to take off Fenty. Duffy can come on for him. And Cather, he can't really come off. There's no one to come on for him. Likewise, the other defenders. I think we're just going to have to leave these boys on the pitch. And they're just going to have to get themselves over the finish line. They've already been told holiday is quickly approaching. We just need the rest of these results to go our way, and I think we're lifting the title. I'm getting myself very excited for a man who might have done his maths wrong, but I think we're right. Duffy plays it back to Hill. Hill to Duffy again. Just keep hold of the ball now, boys. We've done our bit. We're just waiting for the other results to go our way. Scholes plays it into Swaby, and now it's with Duffy. We're such a good team. Look at us play football beautifully. Marnie out to Duffy. We're in the area again, and Duffy has the shot that is tipped over the crossbar again by the Lincoln goalkeeper. I tell you what, this Lincoln keeper has had a fantastic game. If they do get relegated, he certainly shouldn't be dropping down to play in League Two next year. He's been brilliant today, keeping us to 2 goals when we should have had way, way more. And he's controlling things. He's a good. Might need to scout that guy. He's been pretty good. And goalkeeper, Slocum, after a little bit of an iffy start, seems to have settled in the end. But keeper's an area I've never really been happy with throughout the entire save. I've been here nearly 20 years, and I've never really been happy with the goalkeeper situation. Exhibit A, boys and girls. With 5 minutes of the match to go. Oh no, it's been disallowed. Okay, I thought we were getting a last little bit of tension, but maybe we're not. And I'm looking at those numbers again, and I am certain we're about to do a trophy lift. Are we about to do a trophy? We're not doing a trophy lift. Sometimes you don't get a trophy lift. We might still have won the league. I need mathematicians. I think we've won the league. Let's find out. You lot already know. Seeing it right there. Wembley crowned champions. We've got budgets in here as well. But most importantly, we're going to be a championship team next year. Our current budget is £33,000 a week. We're spending 38 to compete in the championship. We need them to double it probably. Are they going to get anywhere near? Probably not. You know what? They've got quite near. 57,000 a week plus 184,000 of transfer budget, which we can just stick straight in there. 60,000 a week on the wage budget. It's obviously going to be way below what anyone is currently spending in the championship. If we have a look at the championship to see what the lowest spend is. Lowest spend salary per annum is Colchester on £4 million. Let's do some maths. So 4 million divided by 52. They're doing £77,000 a week. So we're not going to be as far away as we have been in some leagues, but then Colchester and Walsall are well below everybody else. And I imagine they're both getting relegated. Walsall already gone. Colchester have proved it's possible though, albeit with probably an extra 20 or 30,000 pounds a week compared to what we've got. Our biggest struggle is going to be not having any fans or a ground. But you never know. Maybe we get a new ground this summer. But importantly, we've won the league. We are a championship football team, only one more promotion to go. The ironic thing for a series called Wembley to Wembley is we've made it all the way from the 9th tier to the Championship without the playoffs. We've still not been to Wembley. We've lost another route there now. No more chance to get there through the EFL Cup or EFL Trophy, sorry. The only ways we get to go to Wembley now would be the Championship playoff final or getting to the final of the EFL Cup or the semi-final of the FA Cup. And then we'll get to play a match at Wembley. But with maybe 3 or 4 seasons of the save left to go before FM25 hits, we're actually going to get this team to the Premier League, because I was convinced it wouldn't happen. We might actually be able to now, and that might just end up being my greatest achievement ever in Football Manager. But if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.